Ladies and gentlemen, here we go for qualifying as the drivers. We try to find them coming out on track. Yes, we can. Here we go. Drivers now exiting pits. Welcome to the 6th round of the GT3 Challenge powered by the Racing Rats. This is qualifying here for the French Grand Prix. As the drivers now snake through this very iconic looking circuit that is most known for the runoff. As you can see, no gravel in sight. Blue and red painted floors, tarmac. It's gonna slow the cars down if drivers do go very wide there. But as they enter the long back straight, it's a slipstream fest, that's for sure. So I think in qualifying, as much as you want to get your banker laps in, I know drivers are really going to want to utilize the slipstream towards the rear of a lot of these drivers. Let's try to catch up to the front. Who is the first couple drivers at the top of the standings here? But looking through the order, there we see the McLaren of Klaus Klint. A couple drivers still sitting in pits, I believe. There you see Martin Webster in the Aston Martin, just going past our screens. David Sabot, there you see him warming up his tires in the Audi as they try to get around. And let's find out who is leading us for the start of this qualifying session. Actually, find out right now is Martin Webster. Slip just a little bit here, so bear with me just for a moment. It's going to be Deb Ransfield, followed by Marlon Young and Enzo. That's going to begin this qualifying session off. So, without further ado, let's go on board with Ramsfield. Let's take us through a lap around Paul Ricard. Here we go. Heading into turn 1 and turn 2. Hard braking section. Would be braking at the 100-meter marker. Hop over the curb. Now, cut tracks and track limits are very, very sketchy around here, so you can see Ramsfield taking it very slow and steady here for this first lap. Now, as he gets on this little straight here, going to make the car as wide as possible, working the 100-meter marker into the right curb. Could use a little bit more. Probably still in a warm-up lap, trying to get these tires up to temps. Accelerating out, and then you just want to play with the throttle, and then as soon as you feel the back end just comply with you, then you can put the throttle all the way down for the long back straight. And then let's go on board with him and let's relax. We have a long back straight to go. As soon as we get to the end of it, drivers are going to be hitting top speeds of 280 kilometers per hour. There the Audi goes down the back straight. Nobody in sight in front of him. Clear air ahead of him. So he's good to go. Look at all the drivers on your map there on the right-hand side of your screen. All on the back straight. Heading into the kink just after the straight. And then we get into this very awkward turn here. You want to carry as much speed as possible. Apex comes in very late, just about goes a little bit wide from it. And if you thought that was bad, the left-hander here, you want to get even wider as possible. The Apex is just that yellow marker just to the left-hand side of the track there. But Ramsfield, nonetheless, is going to be racing to the last section of this track. Hard braking zone for the left-hander. Another late Apex once again. And the final corner, the sharpest thing you got. A final little hairpin there, and then on to the front straight. A long lap and a painful one if you don't like hairpins, but nonetheless, Ramsfield's going to come across the line for the drivers that are going to be chasing a lap time of a 1:56.662. Let's see what all the drivers can do. Klaus, no time up there. There we see Evan, 1:55.3. He's currently on provisional. Ramsfield's got pushed down to second. Bola was in 5th, goes down into 6th. Costa, the Audis are there in the top 6. We see Costa there down into 5th position. Danny Nasir goes to 3rd position. Says Wanto goes P7. And there you see Sven, P6 in the Lamborghini. You see just in the background there, the Ferrari is just about catching up. And I did see, is that somebody there in the Mercedes just off? It's Lance Nasir who's gone very wide. He's reversing. Looks like he's trying to head into the pit lane, possibly. 5 minutes already to go now. And Michael McName already having trouble early on in the session. tossing him a bit of time to get in. Not too sure what that is all about. Just gonna make some quick audio checks, making sure the stream is all good to go. 5 minutes already to go now. All right. So audio levels are good to go. And currently right now, oh, it was a little bit of a drift there from the Mustang. Steinberg is currently on provisional pole. He was improving on his personal best there. But unfortunately, he's just fallen short. Mike Van Dorn, however, is purple in the first sector. Doesn't show it, but he is quickest right now on a lap time. This could be the lap to watch. Van Dorn down the back straight. See if we can get his first sector time. No, we cannot. 5/10 down in the... 5/10 up, actually, in the middle sector. On board with the Aston Martin. And personal improvements in the middle sector. Steven goes to P3. 55.753, but that 55.3 is still the time to beat. Van Dorn, though, is on a flyer. This could potentially be the lap that will gain him an extra point in this championship if he can get pole position. Van Dorn, couple corners to go to navigate for him. What can he do as he hugs the inside of the track? He slides it just a little bit, trying to hold on, just about holds on, maybe losing a little bit of time. The rear end is lit up, sliding on corner exit. Mike Van Dorn is just a couple hundred meters away from crossing the line. Is it gonna be provisional pole as he comes across the line? Yes, it is by almost 4/10. It's a 54.985, and the Dutchman takes pole position with 3 minutes left to go. Who is going to respond to such an amazing lap time? I think I can tell you right now, it's this man that we're watching right here, Steinberg. He's personal improvement in the first sector, and he's trying to fly by really fast. Now, surprisingly, I'm not seeing the likes. Peter Sabot, Sven Vergstein. Not seeing any of them. So I'm getting a spam call on my phone here. Sorry, can't answer that. We have an amazing qualifying to watch here. Nonetheless, though, third place right now. Third place best in qualifying. Ramsfield looking pretty good out there. The Audis are so strong around here. Even the McLarens, you can see them up there. Look at the train in the background. That's one of the Aston Martins. And I don't think that was Van Dorn. That is Marlon Young. Just on the last corners, all of them get hustled up. And Peter Sabot takes provisional pole away from Van Dorn in the Audi. It's a 53.426. And qualifying is heating up. Marlon goes wide. Evans kind of stuck in a sandwich there. But that is huge. Because now, potentially, we could see a third different manufacturer in a row different for pole position for this championship. What do the drivers respond? Oh, and there you see Van Dorn. He's slowing down. He's making space. You know what that means? He's going to put all his all into this final lap. Lap times are heating up, track is getting hotter, and this should be the final lap drivers are going to be on. If you're in the pits, that's your qualifying done. No way you can get a lap time out here. 53s, 1 minute 53s the drivers are going to be doing out here. And this is going to be a good one. Trying to switch up to a driver up here. There we see him. Ramsfield, P4 at the moment, goes a little bit wide. Maybe track limits for him. And Peter Sabot in the pit lane. Oh, and Van Dorn sliding just a little bit. Tire smoke there. 2/10 off in the first sector. We look at Steinberg. He has about 25 seconds to get to the line. If he can push this car really hard through this last sector, he can potentially get one more lap in him if he has the fuel. And Steinberg gets it. One more lap to go for him. Let's go back up to these drivers here. Oswin Wilson, also third place at the moment. And he's actually purple in the first sector in the Mercedes. And Peter maybe biting his nails for the end of this qualifying session. We watched the last couple drivers here. Van Doren, oh, he's off in the first sector. Personal improvements in the second, but I don't know. Is this going to be improvement to get pole? Wilson on a purple. He is flying out there as all the drivers start to head into the pits and finish their qualifying sessions up. Here we go. Mike Van Doren has 1 corner to navigate in the Aston Martin. Can he take back pole position here? Racing to the line. Can he do it in the Aston Martin? Pull the rabbit out the hat in the third sector. He cannot. He is a second off. Eyes are on the Guyanese of Oswin Wilson. He's purple in the first sector, and he's personal best in the middle. Oswin Wilson, ignore your times at the bottom there. I'm not too sure why to say yellow and 2 greens, but I can for sure tell you he's on a purple first sector. Oswin Wilson, currently 3rd in the standings, needs to take down the pole time of a 53.426. The Mercedes exits beautifully around the final corner and races to the line. Here we go. Oswin Wilson, does he take pole position in France? No, but he does take down the championship leader. Wilson is on the front row for this race. My goodness. Qualifying is still not over though. We still got a couple drivers left to go on track, but for the top 3, that may be decided. However, Steinberg, we didn't see him. He crossed the line. He was able to get 1 more lap in. What can he do about it? Oh, and he takes down the championship leader. Steinberg, wow, what a lap time. He goes to 3rd. Peter Simono for Audi will take pole position here. Wilson 2nd. Steinberg 3rd. What an incredible qualifying that was. Absolutely phenomenal from the drivers.